Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. Happy Saturday, and we've had some announcements with some upcoming events that you might have seen, some of which I think is kind of crazy given the back-to-back nature of it, and that is that tomorrow we have a champion training tournament for Perfect Souls for BASIM. Now, I don't know how many people actually, maybe some people actually went into the deck of fates for Basim. I guess maybe more people did than not. I guess the only reason why I said that is because I got lucky and pulled Basim from a Prism shard, so I got to skip that deck of fates. But I guess a lot of people, I've been the kind of feeling that I've been getting from the community, at least my community and my Discord server and YouTube channel, that people haven't been that hyped on the Assassin's Creed characters, so I don't know how big of a deal this is ultimately. But tomorrow on Sunday, we do have a champion training tournament for Basim's Souls. Now, this is on the back of a recent champion training, so this kind of feels like a bit shit for people who may have been been pushing on that one as well, and might not have very many resources left to go for this champion training tournament. Now, I have Basim. Do I want souls? Sure. But you're going to have to place first place in order to get it. That's a bit of a problem. We'll be talking about that in a little bit more here today. Now, before we get started with the rest of the video, though, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get Thol and Falbeard at the start. And these three amazing epics, we have Allure, Rector Drath, and we have Ruella at accounts level 10, 20, and 30. And also don't forget that you can get this Void legendary champion by the name of Tuhanarak. She's really great. All you gotta do is use the promo code Desert Queen within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. So let's get things started here. That basically, you might have noticed that the champion training event for Noldua had ended recently. You needed to do this to at least get 10 fragments. For some reason, I actually thought that this had lasted for 4 days, not 3 days. I guess that's just only the tournament versions, maybe. Because I was going to push a little bit further to get some of the extra milestones. Now, those are not available. This ended this morning, in fact, actually. It must have been just as I woke up, because I realized it wasn't actually in game anymore. So I went into my events section. I'm like, oh, it's not there anymore. So I guess I missed out on that. But that's my bad. I did finish the fragments though, thankfully. So my Noldua is done. It is done. I am going to be sitting on her, however. A good thing I didn't spend a ton of resources to get this done, but I'm not sure how I really felt about it, and I don't know if she's going to really make any big impact on my account. I think had I picked up Solinar, which was very hard to do, that maybe I would have been a bit more interested in her. I don't think she does have a revival allies, which is great for Dark Elf faction wars for certain areas that need help to stay alive. But I think that comparably to Esme from last February, I actually think she was a better character. So a better standalone character without the duo. Moto the Peel is actually pretty garbage in my opinion. But Solinar obviously is really great. It's just like the only chances for you to be able to get him is, well, this weekend, if you're still pulling shards for the Hero's Path to get Solinar, at least it's at 15x. I think the last time Solinar was at 10x, wasn't he? I thought the first time that he showed up. So there is a chance if you're near your Mercy, it's actually a decent one. I think 15x on a Void is like close to 20% or something. So it's a lot better than had you pulled on Sacred Shards, which I did yesterday in my video and didn't really get a whole lot. Now, as far as the path event goes, right? Like a lot of this was just, other than the fragments, was pretty non-event in a lot of ways, right? Like unless I don't think that she was worth getting or is presently because the event's still running worth the 5 red soul. Solinar would have been, if you do have Solinar, I think you probably should go for this because I think it's going to make him insanely good and powerful and strong and all that sort of thing as a DPS champion. But otherwise, it's a bit of a non-event. So that's as far as things that are going right now. We have the gear enhancement, which you need to finish if you want to finish up your Noldua. You probably need to do this, so make sure that you do this before the fusion finishes up. Although, of course, that if you were considering purchasing fragments for Noldua, you can do that as well. If you are under 50 fragments, or sorry, if you have at least 50 fragments, you can buy the remaining for $10 per 5 fragments, or $2 a fragment, but they're in multiples of 5. You can't get anything less than 5 in events. So there you go if you want to finish it up that way. Or if you just want to raw buy points from the shop, you can do that as well. You saw it on the screen, I think, earlier on. But this is equivalent to 4.5 sacred shards for 40 Canadian dollars. I believe it's 30 US dollars, maybe something like this. So it's cheaper than sacreds because sacreds are 20 US dollars a pop, but you don't get any characters out of this, of course. So that's the only downside to that. But if you want to just buy the heart coins, that actually doesn't. I think this doesn't even make sense actually to do it this way. Now that I think about it, because you're buying this to get the fragments, hypothetically, unless you're doing this to get the 5 red, that's a different story. That you could be doing that. But if you were doing this with the intent of getting fragments, it's cheaper just to wait and spend the 10 US dollars per 5 fragments than actually doing this. So this is a bit of a shitty thing. But if you were trying to get the 5 red, that's where I could understand that, since you can't directly buy that. So yeah, we have that champion training event starting tomorrow down here, right? Which is going to earn you up to the 5 red BASIM and all of this stuff. But I mean, only one person's going to get it. As far as things coming up, what I find interesting, because the Ice Golem Turn Attack, which is kind of like at the start of a new week, starts tomorrow on Sunday as well. I was trying to look ahead as to what other content might be coming, and it's not really there yet. In fact, the Ice Golem Turn Attack is there, but it's being run until Tuesday morning. We have the Gear Ascension event also running until Tuesday morning. Champion Training event, however, the tournament is running until Thursday morning. So this is a 4-day event. What I think is going to happen is I think they're going to slap a Titan event right here on the Monday or whatever, I possibly even on the Monday or on Tuesday morning, and run that for 2 weeks. Because that's going to bring us essentially into the March Fusion area, I think. And as far as what could be on there, a lot of us are thinking that this could be the Titan event. Wrong faction. Titan event for, what's his name? Edward Kenway. So Edward, they did a fusion, sorry, they did a Titan event for April O'Neil from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event. This also ran in conjunction, actually, I'm not entirely sure if it ran in conjunction with the fusion, but anyways, this was how you were able to unlock the full character, is that you had to run the entire 2 weeks to get 1,500 points out of 1,750 from a Titan to unlock April. Now, I did that, but April is benched. That being said, I actually really want Edward because my Banner Lords are dog shit. So a kind of quote-unquote guaranteed way to get a good legendary attack champion for Banner Lords for me would do really well. And I think what we're looking at for the rest, this is my opinions, of course, but I think that we're going to be getting a Bayek event at the end of March. Assassin's Creed basically ends in the start of April, thereabouts. So I think that's probably what is likely, and it's most likely going to roll over side of like some of the March Fusion stuff to make you really have to decide on how you're going to be spending your shards. A Bayek Pathfind is my thoughts. Probably towards the end of March, though, so we probably have another month or so to go for that. So we'll see what ends up happening. I think an Edward Kenway Titan event, I think, is likely on the back of this Fusion event, and we'll see probably maybe even tomorrow or Monday morning from the Plarium content creators as far as what's going on. But yeah, nothing big over the weekend too much. I think the champion training is probably going to be a skip for a lot of people, and also the required points that even if you were in this range, right? If you're level 60, account level 61 to 100, you have to get minimum 15k on a champion training event to even qualify for that. And it's only first place. Absolutely crazy. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Now, before we get going, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, well, what are you waiting for? Download using the QR code in the top right to get Thol and Falbeard at the start of your journey, and also Allure, Rector, Drath, and Ruella at accounts level 10, 20, and 30. Also, this amazing Void Legendary Support Champion by the name of Tuhanarak, and all you gotta do is use the promo code Desert Queen within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. That's it for me, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on the next one. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.